Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. It's midnight, I think. It's not that late, but something irked me and I wanted to talk about it. But I wanted to talk about it in a roundabout way, which was to discuss 2019. I actually filmed a video for this couple of days ago. Actually, no, I filmed it right before 2019 ended, but I didn't like it, and so it's not going up. So this will be my late reflection to 2019, going into the new decade, going into 2020. First of all, I know how I look. I'm not like made up, not anything, but I don't want to put on makeup when it's like midnight. So you're just gonna see me sit here. I've made concessions to put on a sweater so I can pretend like I dress nicely all the time, but in reality, I'm wearing my pajamas. Let's talk about 2019. Let's talk about some things I learned. Let's talk about how I want to move into the new decade. 2019 was a year of learning how to open up, and that sounds very Tumblr poetry-esque, but it's true. To an extent, 2019 was about learning how to open up. 2019 was learning about how not to be afraid. No, learning how not to. Yeah, learning how not to be afraid, but learning how to not be afraid of letting people in. Because I feel like the first big lesson of the year really was learning how to take things, that you want for yourself. 2019, the start of 2019 doesn't even feel like the beginning of 2019. The start of 2019 feels like it was the ending of 2018, and in many ways, it was my last year in polytechnic. I've gotten my diploma, I graduated, and I had so many new things given to me in that last few months of 2019 when I was still in poly. I got to write my very first play, I got to put it up, and really that was something I wanted to do for a very long time. That was something that I was very excited to do, and I had the opportunity to do it, and I was proud of what came out. And I think like really 2019 was also a year of creativity because it wasn't just the play. I got to have my poetry published. My poetry is actually available at book retailers now. That's cool to me. I rediscovered creativity. I rediscovered how to be creative in a way that didn't burn me out, because I've spoken to a bunch of people, about a couple of my friends about this, and I mentioned that before I'd written my poetry, before I shut up, I'm trying to be emotional. Before I started writing poetry, before I wrote the play, it was really my first time writing anything so intensely after maybe a year or two of not writing anything at all. I think the last time I picked up a pen, or rather wrote something down on a laptop that wasn't for school, was maybe the end of 2017. And I haven't written anything since then. So when 2019 rolled around and I was able to write something and it came out good, it came out well, that was gratifying for me to see that I knew what I was capable of, and that I was able to put out things that were worthy of publication, worthy of acknowledgement. But at the same time, it was also a thing where I had to see my limits in terms of what I could and couldn't do. While I did get my poetry published in one, what's the word? Anthology, the word's anthology. While I did get my poetry published in one anthology, I wasn't accepted for another. And I think that's fair. I have that poem that was accepted hanging up in my room. I'm very proud of that poem. And I don't, even if it doesn't get accepted, I'm okay with that. But it was just like knowing there was a limit to what I could do creatively, not because like I'm not good enough, but because I haven't reached the point where when I'm able to consistently put out poetry the same way I am humble right here, able to consistently put out articles or able to consistently put out even a play, I like that's fair. That's a fair acknowledgement of my own abilities. And I also had to fail. I auditioned for a theatre company and I didn't get it. I was shortlisted, but ultimately I didn't get it, and that was a huge blow to my ego because I thought I knew my limits when it came to not I knew it. I thought I knew my strengths. I thought I knew my strengths when it came to the creative arts, and to hear that what you thought you're good at wasn't as good as you thought, it's humbling and not really an experience I'll care to repeat anymore. But regardless, it was something I had to learn, even though it didn't feel like it at the time. I had to learn it. If we're talking about academia, I feel like in a way 2019 is also a weird year academically because not only did I finish Polytechnic, I went into university. I'm doing my degree now, also in communication studies, and I feel that taking that bigger step into getting a degree really sets in stone my future, and it gives, I don't set in stone, but it builds the foundation. It builds the foundation a lot more strongly than when I first got my diploma, because when you get your diploma, like, you fucking hate it, you can just do a different degree in the end. But I did my diploma, I'm doing the degree, and like I think that builds a stronger foundation than most, and I think that really challenges me, or rather makes me think more critically about what I'm really doing when it comes to my education, when it comes to what I want to do in the future, not just in terms of, like I'm 20, at the end of this fucking decade, I might have a family. I don't want kids, but I might have a family. I might have my own family with Kai, and that gives me pause to think about what I want out of that family. Like, how do I want to contribute to that family? How do I want to contribute also to society? Because you have, like, when you're turning, I'm not turning 20, I'm turning 21. When I'm up till I'm 20, I think you still have an excuse to be a child, but when you hit 21, it's kind of like, damn, how am I gonna be bigger than, how am I gonna give back to what the universe has given to me? How am I going to be bigger than what I think I can be? And the media industry is challenging, I won't deny that, but I think that's a separate thing altogether. But it gives me pause to think about, really, if this is what I want to do with my life. And I face doubts, and I don't know whether I'm going to continue doing communications, in all honesty. I think really the biggest lesson was, like I said, how do you open up? Because I feel like I thought I knew how to open up. I feel like I thought I knew how to be a good friend, how to reciprocate reciprocate the energies my friends give. In my personal life, I feel like there were things that didn't go as well as I like them to have, and that affected how I looked at my relationships in general, because it made me think twice about who I could trust, who I was willing to put my effort into those relationships. That doesn't make grammatical sense. What relationships I was willing to put my effort into, and also what information I was willing to share. I'm not talking about the internet, I'm just talking about person to person, like what information I was willing to give out. Because there's this saying that when you're getting in a relationship, there's only either two outcomes. Either you're not going to end up with that person, or you're going to die with that person. And I think for friendships, people don't really put enough stock into that, and I think that's something I didn't really do either until it hit me, like at the end of 2019, that friendships is really something you should put stock into. Because the same way you trust a partner, you have to trust your friends, because you are telling them things that your partner should know. You're telling them things your partner should know, but maybe to a lesser degree. And building a relationship is hard regardless of whether it's platonic or romantic. So when you think about who you're really willing to trust, who you're really willing to bare your soul to, I think that scared me quite a bit when it came to my personal relationship. I wasn't really ready to open up to anyone besides Kai. And then it bit me in the ass because I was like, why is no one opening up to me? And it hit me that I wasn't opening up to them. So that was something I had to actively work on at the end of 2019, learning how to stop thinking like my friends are all gonna bite me in the ass when they haven't given me reason to believe that. And even in the future moving forward, when you're trying to make new friends, like you have to think like not everyone's going to be a lifelong friend, but not everyone's going to be like a bitch who wants to like stab you in the back. So I feel like I lived 2019 thinking that everybody was going to stab me in the back, when really I should have been, as naive as it sounded, I really should have been giving them the benefit of the doubt and thinking that this could have been a lifelong friend. And I was trying to strike that balance. You have to find a balance between thinking that everybody is going to stab you in the head. You have to find a balance between thinking everybody's going to stab you in the back and thinking everyone's going to be a lifelong best friend. And I feel that in 2018, I feel way too strongly towards everybody is going to be a lifelong best friend. And in 2019, I feel way too strongly to everybody's going to like stab me in the back. And neither are very good for my relationships. So 2020 is really going to be a year of trying to figure out where do you draw the line and learning how to trust people enough to tell them things. One of my biggest fears in life, this is not common, I'll really tell anyone who asks me that, one of my biggest fears in life is being unhappy. And I feel like in 2019, I wasn't as unhappy as I was the few years before, but I wasn't as happy as I could have been in that year, and I think that really affected the way that I lived 2019. So in 2020, the goal is just to be as happy as I can be. I think it's going to be a year of learning how to be creative without giving yourself a limit of what you can or cannot do. It's going to be a year of learning how to open up in a way that puts you at risk just enough to feel alive. And to really consider what the next decade has for me and what I want to do when I'm fucking 30. 2019 was a fucking blur. I remember just about nothing. And I want to remember more good things than bad things this year. So, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video.